Alright, starting up the stream. As always, before I move on to the game, a quick audio check to make sure everyone can hear me. Well, I can hear myself, so we're good there. How about everyone else in the chat? Good. So let's begin. Greetings everyone, my name is Adderville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. This is the 23rd live session, where I'll be covering mainly a combination of viewer-submitted levels and some levels that I find online. Welcome to the stream, YouTube Social HD2, Buster, Croby, Mondream, Jock74, Lipatio, Gokuless, and anyone else who I've missed. CMB Fox and Leonardo Antonio, as well as any lurkers. As always, if you want one of your levels to be covered on the stream, please leave us level ID in the live chat. It can either be your own level or someone else's level, if you like it enough. So I'll start off with this stage, Megawater S, Mega Man the Wily Recreation by Francis Cornerback, with 21 plays and a score of 8. I'll first be covering the 2 levels I wasn't able to cover during Saturday evening stream, then I'll move on to the levels that were submitted on this stream. So here we go. Immediately start off with a debt. Great start. Yeah, I added all the level IDs that were submitted to chat earlier. Well, it is a recreation, and some of the assets are missing in this engine, so it has to be a Redux. For one, the background needs to be wavy. Closer to being a recreation, of all things considered. It used to be wavy in the original Wily Wars game, not this game though. The aesthetics are pretty nice, I'd say. Quick question, Mondream, are you Francis Cornerback? Or is Francis Cornerback one of the level designers you follow? Also, a fun fact, assuming I can get a certain game working after I install some updates, there may be an unexpected Let's Play coming up later this week. I didn't expect to get a key for it, but I got lucky, so I'll definitely be covering it soon. You'll see what I mean in the oncoming week. Of course, if I can't get it working, I'll explain which game I wasn't able to get working. I see. The only Game Boy game I played was Rockman World 5. I never played the first one. And to be fair, from what I've seen and heard from other people, it's the worst of the GB titles, so I didn't bother. Well, the ones I'm most familiar with are Rockman World 2 because the Queen's Revenge, as well as Rockman World 5 because Star Droids. That's why I didn't realize it was the previous level I played in the previous episode of Mega Man Maker, why I didn't realize it was actually a remake or recreation of that original game. That explains also why it has several instances of poor or lacking design. That explains a lot. This was a decent to almost good recreation, I'd say. In terms of being recreation, it's pretty accurate. Second up is based in the Temple of the Sacred Waters Normal, alternate version, by Lipatio, with 13 plays and a score of 3. Yep, this is the level we submitted during Saturday evening stream last week. I was referring to Quinn's Revenge, Croby. That's where he doesn't suck. Geesh, this stage is lagging a bit. Probably because of all the water. Hang on a moment. Let me exit out something. Ah yes, Brian Man, the optional Roadmaster fight. The gimmick of that level was essentially the mirror tiles in the mid-center. In a way, it felt like a better fortress stage than the actual fortress stages. Brian Man was the secret optional boss battle in Dr. Wily's final attack. In order to actually reach him, you need to collect 4 letters in Dr. Wily's final attack. Almost could have avoided that. Definitely. It is like Yoku Man, but much easier to get to him. This stage is much easier as well. Oh yes, 5 letters. Most fan games and ROM hacks just use 4 letters. Oh, by the way, my AC will be turning on very soon, so my apologies if you hear static in the background whenever I speak. Just as a heads up. Wow, I just tapped the button to the right and it shot me into the spike there. Inertia. I'll add your levels in after I complete this one. I was trying to damage boost over there, but sadly it didn't work. Actually, can I pull it off? Nah, I probably have to damage boost there. It's a lot safer that way. Oh, there are invisible spikes there, or it's being obscured by the time. Nah, Splash Woman is a pretty easy boss battle. One of the easiest in the original game. Of course, it'd be much harder if her arena was more cramped. Again, with inertia, holding down translates a little bit to the right. Yeah, I'm making this section look a lot harder than it actually is. It's because of these situations where Hardhat doesn't really give me that much frustration anymore. I learned enough from this game to control my rage and whatnot. So I can overpower it here after 5 deaths. Now I made it past. Again, I made this look a lot harder than it actually is. And don't worry, I'll be finishing Hardhat 1 tomorrow unless there's some technical difficulties. Now, it made me more tolerant of failure and oddities, especially in other fan games. That's why I don't really get that visibly frustrated playing games like Hardhat 1. Right after Hardhat 1, I'll do Mega Tank Man, and probably versus Ghosts and Goblins and Metroid. And if there's any time left after that, I'll probably play Base Abyss. Yep, I'll be streaming tonight, Sean Williams. Well, I'm dead, so let's try this again. Now the lag is messing me up with the jumps a bit. Seriously, this section's the one that's the most frustrating for me. Mainly that one jump. See how precise you need to be? Touch the corners. Remember what I said earlier, some of Lipatio's normal stages are harder than their hard stages. Then again, it's also probably because the set of challenges that are required, or set of skills that are required in order to complete these stages. Go down, I guess. Thanks for the information, official. I'll get to it after I complete Heavy Elite series. And welcome to the stream as well. As well as you, Vincent. What? Screen boundaries breaking. Frankly, I wish I had more control over screen boundaries, like Mega Man X. I'll add your level, Galaxy Man. It'll be covered after Zen's level. Oh, by the way, if I already covered one of your levels during a previous stream, or during a Viewer Submitted Levels episode, I won't cover it here, I'll skip over it. The screen boundaries broke there, Gokuless, Jedok, and Lipatio. That's what happened. And yeah, I saw the 2 trailers and analysis by Shadowrock on the later trailer. I may do a Let's Play of Mega Man X Dive, assuming I can get BlueStacks to work with it, or another Android emulator. I just hope it's not going to be cancelled at the very least. Oh sure, it's going to be a mobile game, probably with gacha elements and whatnot, but it'll still be interesting. I like to think of it as Mega Man Extreme Tree. Just with a lot more more meta story. I don't blame you, Vincent. That's why I started doing Let's Plays of other Mega Man fan games on stream. I'm gonna start playing other games from other franchises soon as well. Not only that, but in Rockman X Dive, or Mega Man X Dive, we'll be able to play as some of the other characters. Not only X0 and Axel, but also Vile, the Navigators, although we were able to do so in Mega Man X8, probably also some less common characters as well. Well, this sucks. Because the stage is running slower, it says I've been through the stage for about 10 minutes, but really, I've been through the stage for at least 15 minutes. Sure, I'll cover your stage, Little Mac. There are 3 stages I'll have to add to my playlist. Thank you for the checkpoint, this means we're at the end of the level. So let's complete this. Yep, Marino and Cinnamon. Come on. This is going poorly. It's actually really easy once you get the block down over here. So let me add your levels. First we have Zen. Then we have Galaxy Man. And for whoever asked about Trackmania, no, I don't really play that many racing games. Well, I barely play any racing games. Fun level, though I made it look a lot harder than it actually is. Third up is Mission Stop the Pole Research by Gokuless, with 30 plays and a score of 1. Also, here's a link to the level queue, I posted it in the chat. Levels marked in green are the ones I already completed. If it's in red, that means I didn't complete it. And if it's in white, I haven't gotten to it yet. You're welcome, Lipatio. I'll actually play your next level, Atlantis City, after the other authors, as they deserve the time to shine first. I'll move Francis Cornerback, Lipatio, and your stage ahead of Lil Max. Two paths out of the first section, so I will play through the stage twice. I'll go through the second pad as Proto-Man, probably. Already I can say this stage has pretty good aesthetics. Follow the waterfall down. Or not. It was there more for aesthetic purposes, and for the good transition. Yeah, this stage is beautiful. Nice combination of foreground and background assets. Not to mention the water tiles themselves. In terms of aesthetics alone, this is the best stage in the episode. Eight-bit remix of Aquaman's team. Even though I don't really like Aquaman himself, his stage team is wonderful. Whoa, that was a close one. Honestly, I feel several tracks from Mega Man 8 are underrated. That's partly due to the fault of the game's not so good reception. And that's putting it nicely. True, it's one of the chillest ones. I know I've kind of complained about some of the 8-bit compositions this game has of the Mega Man 8 soundtrack, but this is one of the better compositions, I'd say. I'll add your level next, Jedok. In before shampoo, man. Also, I will eventually play the latest version of Mega Man Armada once it gets released, as it has a ton of new features and balance changes. It'll be a live play because I'm not sure how to do a full let's play of it right now, as it's feels very rough so far. Did I pass the point of the stage where it splits off into two? Or have I not reached it yet? I guess we can label this episode the water episode then. Air Force beams somewhere. Why are the fans pointing downwards here? I guess for aesthetic purposes to act like turbines, but it makes me suspicious I'm past the first pathway or something. Welcome back to the stream, Lenny. It has been at least over a dozen streams since I last saw you, so glad you can make it. Feel free to submit either your own levels or levels made by a different author. Alright, the mostly water-based level then, Croby. I'll probably play it in the night stream, Sean. Whoa. I'm dead. Of course that would happen once. I should've... Well, okay then, so I guess this is the alternate path, in case you fall down over here. In terms of teams, I think this game has fleshed out the water team the most, in terms of aesthetics. Well, one of the teams has fleshed out the most. Especially with the introduction of all these different water tiles. And I will echo my earlier statement that I made on several previous streams. Once Sonic Studio comes out, I will start accepting level requests there. Well, I guess I go down here. True, there's a lot of different types of water that'll happen. Yeah, I know this is backtracking, but I want to see the rest of this route. I am hyped for it too, especially with the wheel cutter. And this is where this pathway starts, so time to reset there. I guess there's a better reward if you survive for long enough on the upper route and don't fall down. Perhaps some extra ERM tanks. Bubble Man yet again. And I completely ignored the spikes there, they kind of blended in with the background. Oh well, you get full refills here. I'm gonna try dropping you into the pit. That's funner. Of course, this is much harder than it looks, because Bubble Man's smart. One more attempt. Alright, I'm gonna do it normally. Bubble Man's not cooperating. I much prefer the AI from Mega Man 2 Atari D-Make of Bubble Man. Perhaps the rush jet will make it work better. I don't know when he actually decides to lock on to my exposition, that's the issue. There, finally. Thank you for finally cooperating. And also, thank you for putting a checkpoint before and after. Apparently doing the quick kill is much harder than doing it normally because it takes double damage from the buster. Back to the stage. And this stage is entirely doable buster only, by the way. I like we have separate routes for lesser skilled and more skilled players. Final boss time. So I guess they're immune to the water wave. Fun level climax, but I'm not sure how to do it buster only. Well, you could do it, but you have to loop around the level, as in get to the other side and lure them around the place. And the upper door is where the other route leads to. Currently my favorite level of the episode, although this last boss battle feels a bit too cramped, I'd say. Alright, your level's been noted down, Sean, as well as Jedhawk. Now moving on to the fourth step. Forward up is Weapon Capsule Relay 24 by YouTube Social HD2, with 26 plays and a score of 6. Think of this as being a breeder level compared to the previous stage. After this stage is Croby's level. You know the drill by this point if you have been watching my Let's Play for long enough. Every screen focuses on a different set of background and foreground tile sets, and every set of 5 or 6 screens focuses on a different use of a different special weapon. Pretty simplistic overall, and think of it as a tutorial for each weapon. A pretty simple tutorial, all things considered. I doubt they'll implement the double gear system, Lipatio. What they'll likely do is add charged versions of every special weapon, including the block dropper. Similar to how the atomic fire works, as when you charge it up it has a slightly different form, a more powerful one. Although that means that for certain special weapons, they'll need to fire, or you'll be forced to they'll have to make it so that you'll need to fire it off by letting go of the fire button, instead of it instantaneously firing when you press the fire button, like most other special weapons in Mega Man Maker so far. Otherwise, for stuff like the Thunderstorm, it makes it much weaker and gives you a lot less ammo to use it, because its charge variation is much more powerful than its base one. That'll also work too, referring to Gokuless' answer. But the easy solution they'll add is probably a charged version. I mean, that's how the Mega Man engine did it. Another poorly placed Thomas, sad. Thank you, Red Max. I'll add it to the queue. Thank you, Lenny. Remember, to anyone watching this stream, feel free to submit either your own levels or levels made by a different author. But please don't submit more than 2 levels at a time. Otherwise, I'll save the rest of them for for the next stream. I want to give other level designers a time to shine. As in, don't hog the level queue with levels by the same author. Time to finish off this level. Didn't even get to use a time slow. It was that fast. Fifth up is Wily Purple and Green Stage by Croby X with 14 plays and a score of 0. Gonna be about 40 to 50 screens long, based off my estimate. Also, I replaced the musical tracks of Mega Man Ace, Wily 2, and Wily 3 as I thought they were too boring. Thank Queen Monica for that. Yep, health is more important. And as I was saying, I'll most likely do a Let's Play of Rockman X Dive, assuming the emulator isn't too slow. Didn't initiate the jump. I could have made it if I just slide jump at the right point. No fire weapons, so I can't open that. Excuse me. Thought you're pretty lucky. I'll add soon. Getting more variation in level submissions compared to last week. There's our fire-based weapon, so we go back over here, and now we can open this one up. Alright, I'll add to your level, Vincent, before Pretty Lucky. I just noticed it. Jeez, he's really weak to this. Of all the weapons, it's that. Oh yes, against the pressure. Also, both forms of the Mega Man 10 Wily Fortress team, Wily Fortress 1, maybe that also hailed the introduction of the music swapper. I know, but I still want it in the game. It's one of the few Wily Fortress tracks which actually swap between the... It's one of the few stages in the game that... one of the few stages in the Mega Man Classic series, period, which has two musical tracks right in the middle. Somewhat leaps of fate here. It isn't Buster, I may be misremembering though. Oh, something else, never mind. It really sets up the tone very well. At least some form of music swapper. Maybe it can be a simplistic one, but it'll still be good enough. That could have ended poorly. Oh no. At least there's a checkpoint here. Better solution. Fail to use a better solution. If I could use the Mega Ball better, I'd be able to bypass this entire section. Well, not bypass, but make it so much easier. Boss time. You know, Croby, this stage wasn't as difficult as I expected it to be. I was expecting something much more brutal when you said difficult. It's harder than the usual Mega Man stage, but for me, not too bad. It's like normal hard, as Lipatio would label it to be. And it's over. Decent work, Croby. Hang on a moment, I need to add 2 more levels. Next up is Nightmare Castle by Zen, with 42 plays and a score of 8. Going to be a longer one, it seems. Longer than Croby's level was. Well, you're one of the viewers on stream, so I wanted to use you as an example. And you're a rather prolific level designer, posting over almost 100 levels by this point. I say it's decent use of tiles. I still say that Gokuless' use of tiles was the best. Knight and Mace combo. Or rather, Shield and Mace combo. It's like we're playing as a better version of Nightman here. Into the castle we go. Tournament takes double damage, good to know. I'm not chancing it. Let's hope for the best, Buster. Most fan games usually aren't that good, so... But he may be able to beat the odds. It's more my cynicism speaking more than anything else. True. At least in this stage, Proto Man is suitably powerful. So it is balanced in that way. I destroy the enemies quickly, the enemies destroy me quickly too. Plus there's frequent life pickups, semi-frequent. First boss. Welcome to the stream, Power Kid. Weird in what way, Power Kid? Another nice thing is that Shadow Man doesn't actually deal double damage when he sucks out my life. Holy fire, probably. Keep that pose, thank you. First phase done, we're probably going to face off against him twice more. I'll also be posting the final episode of Mega Man 2 Atari Demake today. I still say it is mostly superior to Mega Man 2. On that note, next week I'll be playing the Mega Man 2 randomizer. The Mega Man 2 randomizer version 0.5 made by Doc Fist. That has a lot more randomization compared to the Rockman 4 randomizer I played a few weeks back. That's going to be a certainly chaotic experience. Only way I'd say it's not fully superior would be the music and the cross graphics, but I don't like to compare the graphics as that game was designed for trying to mimic a second generation console, whereas originally came out for a third gen console. Same with the music, so it's like an apples to orange comparison. It's just more personal preferences of how I prefer the NES sound chip. The The Rockman 4 randomizer is currently incomplete in a way. Urisabe is still working on it. I'm not sure about that, Lenny, but I'll try it out. At the very least, it has more creative stage design, quote-unquote. One of the places where taking double damage is more of an issue, stage hazards. But again, this stage understands you need to place more life pickups. Mostly watch streams of it, a full stream and commentary. Of course, this also means damage boosting is less of a viable option. Who's next? Shade Man Mach 2? Yep. Probably same weakness as well. There is a Rockman 3 randomizer, Jethawk. The best Mega Man randomizer out there currently is the Rockman 2-1, or Mega Man 2-1 by Dogfist, but even then it's not really complete. It has some issues. Thank you. You get permanently stuck there if he can't hit you. Yes, Power Kid, I already answered your question. I mostly watched streams of Mega Man 11, not fully played through it. Of course, I did play a demo of sorts. Thanks to Steam family sharing, of course. Knew that was gonna happen once. Bye, Little Mac. From what I've seen so far, 11's one of the best. Up there in my top third of Mega Man games. I've been very cautious of buying any game after being burned out by so many other AAA titles that I almost never buy a game unless I watch enough gameplay of it. And I do like how in Mega Man 11, it is possible to do a minimalist run without even using the gear system or charge shots, just buster only damageless. On Superhero. And Superhero doesn't just increase the damage you take, it also changes up the boss and enemy AI patterns. The one that requires you to use the rush jet, probably. Well, I'm not sure. I don't really recall the Doc Robot stages that much, as they're rather forgettable. So the boss is Skull Man. Fair enough. I also like the exploit you can use against bosses by using a combination of the double charge shot or the fully powered charge shot, and the fully powered charge shot combined with a special weapon or the regular charge shot, as the fully powered charge shot actually pierces through enemy invulnerability frames. The one where you have to use the power gear, that is. Of course, this wouldn't be it. We're back over here. Yeah, it's not really an exploit, now that I think about it. It's more like a trick or combo you can pull off against enemies. Thank you for this mission, Croby, but I'll probably cover it tonight. There are a lot of levels in front of the queue that I need to get to. As I was saying to Buster, exploit isn't the correct word, it's combo. Combo designed for smarter players. Currently my honorable mention in this episode. If not, watch the pre-recorded stream. All that for that. Fly gear could be replicated by using the Rush Jet, or more likely the Jet Adapter. I'll be covering your level on this stream, Vincent, don't worry. It's gonna be the 12th level on my queue. Nightman, of course. Shield and Mace Roadmaster. I wanted to finish the rest of this duel honorably. We even get life respawners in the form of these petite devils. Wonderful levels then. If you're watching, this is currently my honorable mention of this episode. Alright, I see your level, Leo. I'll be adding it. I'm not sure if we'll be able to cover it on this stream, but we'll see. 7th up is a door puzzle by Veldin, with 25 plays and a score of 4. This was submitted by GalaxyMan64, so I suppose this is a different level designer. And remember, if I get stuck on the same screen for over 3 to 4 minutes, and I don't get any hints or advice, I'll just use the level editor to skip ahead, or skip the stage. 9 key doors. And 3 teleporters as well. Each with their own set of 3 keys, I believe. No way to get out of here, so 9 individual puzzles. 1-1. Well, that was easy. That wasn't really much of a puzzle. Those Metars do nothing. This doesn't really feel like a puzzle level as the title suggests. This feels more like a pit of trials. Now the enemies can do something. But it's a similar room structure to before. I know, I can only carry up to 7 keys. Once I finish this set, I'll open the door. See, these empty roads could do at least a few enemies. Otherwise, this stage feels like a Pit of Trials Beginner Edition. The only enemies we've seen so far are the Metars. Now we actually have some notable hazards, but even then, not by much. Now I'm not sure how to get past here without taking several hits. Shorter stage, but it just existed and should have done more with its gimmicks and quote-unquote puzzles. The trials kind of blended in with each other, especially with the first two teleporters. Eight Up is short puzzle level with Sad Music Nerfed by Little Mac, with 6 plays and a score of 0. Time for another puzzle level. Let's hope this time it's an actual quote-unquote puzzle level. I wouldn't exactly consider this music to be a sad one. First up is Hard Man. Now onto the actual puzzle part of the level. Yeah, I agree, YouTube. This doesn't sound sad at all. I know this is the first Wily Fortress team in the entire series, but still, it doesn't sound sad in the slightest to me. Maybe a bit. Maybe it's trying to build a bit of tension, but it just sounds a bit ominous. Even Mega Man 5.5.1 would sound more sad than this. If you want a sad for Wily Fortress team, use the one from Mega Man 10. The first one, the Silent Rain track. I know what's coming up now. Mega Man 6 Wily 1's team could sound... Mega Man 6 Wily Stage 1 team could also sound a bit sad. Or Wily Stage team, because there's no Wily 1, there's no distinction between each of the stages there. That could sound somber and sad. Well, I guess that was to force us to wait. That was to force us to synchronize when these start up. Okay, let's try it again. I need to rush to the right so these actually spawn in on time, as Yoga blocks off screen will not spawn in. And me not slide jumping properly will also cause issues. Didn't do it in time. It did also slow down everything in Mega Man Powered Up, so I guess so. True, that Sternosis remix is a bit sadder. To reset this room in case you screw it up. Same with this one. Yes, you can only use it twice as Mega Man. Unless, of course, you had a bevy of power-ups or playing as Time Man. Of course, here you have much more weapon energy to use it, so a lot stronger. Yep, I added that level Mon Dream. I may be covering it into tonight's stream as I want to cover levels by different authors. That was the Astro Man remake level, right? Or recreation. Too fast. Next stream is in about 7 hours and 10 minutes. I double checked before the stream, Mon Dream, that's how I know. But as I was saying, next stream is in about 7 hours and 10 minutes. This didn't really feel like a puzzle level outside the hard knuckle section. It felt more like a timing-based challenge. We'll see. If I can finish the rest of the levels in front of your level, then I'll cover it. Well, not your level, but the level you submitted. I wish you could deflect those mines. Fun little level. Not really a puzzle level like the previous one, but actually went somewhere. Alright, I'll be right back in a moment. And I'm back. To answer some comments that were posted while I was away, let's see. And yeah, I completely avoided and blanked out my memory of Dr. Wily's Revenge, the first Mega Man world, as it's one of the worst, it's pretty much the worst Mega Man Classic Game Boy title. And yeah, that was a derp on my part. I should have checked that. I should have realized the connection between the titles. And that explains a lot of its poor design decisions, outside of course the lack of checkpoints in the final Wily stage. Anyways, the next level up is... Ninth up is FPN-020 Crispy Woman, version 2, by Jinox74, with 24 plays and a score of 6. I played Crispy Woman back in a previous live stream, so this is essentially the improved version, taking into consideration suggestions from multiple level designers. Sure. Here you go. This stage is quote-unquote water-based, but we already have a lot of water assets anyway. Having the changing acid gimmick would be fun as well. True, Lenny. His weapon is also pretty fun to use. I'm excited for all versions. Let's see, Mondream. Looking at the list, the level you submitted is in 15th place, so... Assuming Jedok, Redmax, Lenny, VincentGo, Pretty Lucky P, and Leoplays levels aren't too long, I will get to it. With 1.7, we're probably going to loop back to Mega Man 1. I hope we get the powered up assets then. And maybe the Rockman World assets. Let's go to this time through the stage as space. This stage is going to be at least 70 to 80 screens long. On that Gokuless, I really wish in a future update they add something equivalent to damage spikes, aka stationary hazard that deals some amount of damage to you, like 7 points of damage. That fixed several of my issues with stages that overuse spikes, or stages that really need stationary hazards which are not instant death. I know some stages use spines, but they aren't exactly as damaging enough. Plus they can be destroyed. The other close equivalent would be gyres, but keeping them in place is a problem. I accept opinions from a lot of people's Daibuman. A woo to you too. I didn't realize it until much later, but I effectively played 2 Mega Man stages which were... how should I say it? Sorta based on going through a person's body. If you watched all my Let's Plays of Mega Man titles, Mega Man fan games, you'll know which 2 stages I'm referring to. Both of them are from 2 different games. One from a remake and one from an original title. Checkmate. You walked right into his trap. I'm referring to Thermal Man from Rock Force, even though it may be a bit of a stretch. And the other one would be the optional Mecha Dragon stage in Mega Man DOS Remake version 2.x. Most Mega Man games. Pretty much the majority of it so far. There's 1 hour left though. Next stream as in tonight or later this stream? Or later this stream, tonight, or during next week's stream? I gotta say, the selection levels I have during this stream are much better during last week's stream. I'll just say right now, last week's evening stream was better than the morning stream. Probably a power-up. Sometimes I wonder if... Oh, never mind. He was sort of a playable character in the multiplayer mode. Yep, Gokuless, the versus mode. Am I jumping about being eaten there? Time to speedrun this. It does. It was kind of an extra mode thrown together. That's why it's locked behind a password. It's more of an Easter egg than anything else. Crispy Woman bio. Good point. Has crunchy taste, meaning that she likes chicken, chocolate, and crackers. But what is her bad point? Keep up the added alliterative appeal, please. She hates cold stuff? Maybe she is the little kitchen. You never know in Mega Man if you have an entire Roadmaster that's a kitchen. Welp, I forgot that base actually moves slightly up and down, meaning that I actually touch it. Must be the heat getting to everyone. In before undead succubuses. Alright, I'll add your level to the kill Leo, but I'll cover it during tonight's stream. I'll add it, don't worry Leo. Thanks for pointing it out. Furniture Man, or IKEA. Yeah, I'd like to see an IKEA man. For that matter, I'd like to see a Roadmaster. Let me put it this way: I'd like to see a Roadmaster who's an entire stage themselves. That'd be fun. True, Gokuless. But I would like the entire stage where we have to navigate through the Roadmaster, destroying them along the way. But Spike Wellman is somewhat close to what I was saying. Oh, I wish this stage was split up into 2 ones. Before that would be a nice stopping point, but now it's feeling like a fortress level. I never got to the end of the Let's Play of Mighty Number 9, but I think with Trinity that is the case. I'm saying I'm hoping it... Well, what I'm hoping that update is not exactly what I... What I said over there is what I think the update will be, not what I hope it'll be. Knowing how the cycling of assets is going to be, they're going to loop back to Mega Man 1. Unless they pull a curveball and start doing the side games, or stuff like Mega Man and Base. What I'd like for them is to start covering stuff from the side games. Sure, go right ahead, Vincent. GZ confirmed? Seriously? She'd be a perfect fit. There's the end of the level. Still suffers from the earlier issue with the original of how it's too long. Should have been 2 stages. Nevertheless, it feels better and less frustrating. Even better than the Treble Boost Triple Shot. I say it's a decent stage, nice improvement, but needs some shortening, or splitting into 2. 10th up is Water Treatment Plant 2 by Red09, aka Redmax, with 14 plays and a score of 3. What happened to the first water treatment plant? I guess it was destroyed. Or decommissioned. I'd like to hear the musical tracks from the really esoteric side games. Maybe not the esoteric ones, but less common ones, like Mega Man Soccer. I loved its Woodman remix. To echo what Croby pointed out earlier, Croby and YouTube Social HD2, we seem to have a lot of water levels in this episode. Two pathways. Mondream, I'll be able to play the Astro Man stage in this episode. Just give me about half an hour. Of course, that's assuming a few things. Well... This would be much tougher if the illusion blocks weren't actually a different color. I know I don't mark it exactly as a side game, it's a slight spin-off, slight classic title. When I talk more about spin-offs and side games, I'm talking more stuff like Rockman Soccer. Or Rockman the sideboard game. Now let's take the lower route. I guess this is the raw sewage here. I've had bad memories of croakers ever since I played Mega Man Endless. Especially as the small croakers dealing more than 1 point of damage. In that game, that is. Lower pad was the easier one. Yeah, the Monopoly clone game, that's the one. Wily no Rockboard. Now that was a spin-off. Ledge grabbing would be a nice upgrade for her. I see. That explains. Is Red09 you, Red Max, or is it someone else? I want to credit the author correctly in the submission text. Or the submission sheet. Having all these types of water tiles adds to the character of a stage. I really didn't expect the Mega Man Maker devs to add all these. His team is nice, but you're right, he's not that strong. He's really predictable, and only one of his boss battles is somewhat interesting. Pick your boss. His voice in the anime series was fun. Awesome. Nitrogen Man in Magma 2 has had several missed opportunities. Like actually having the fires deal a status effect to you. The recolored fire. Or rather the wave jets. No enemies whatsoever here. That's strange. He is essentially Gokuless, a mini-sub. Where the two pathways link up with each other. You probably get a different special weapon by defeating each boss. I feel like we're destroying the blast doors to something horrifying. If this was a horror game. I'd like to see the same, YouTube. Grenade Man. Probably not the end boss though. And that marks the end of the level. There's actually a quick kill here if I so desire. At least give us the ability to change the color. Eleventh up is Bland Garden Level by Lenny, with 53 plays and a score of 17. You could have called it generic garden to keep the alliterative appeal. Same Lipatio. At this point, there are enough ways to make the Rush Marine stand out more. And I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of stages you can make to actually make it shine and outclass the Russian in a few scenarios. Like forcing you to actually turn around in mid-water over a pit of spikes. The boss or his stage. Both of them aren't too difficult, it's just a bit tedious, especially with the boss battle, unless you have the ring boomerang. I see Red Max, I'll cover during tonight's stream. BI? Could you clarify? Yep, pretty solid background choice. You mean disappearing at the top? That's because of the limitations of the chat window. I can't show all the chat messages at once. Let me take a look, hold on. No, I don't see your chat messages disappearing on the live stream. True. It needs one or two more gimmicks to spice it up. Outside of the block destroying one, as the original Hornet Man stage actually had those Hornet platforms, or Hornet extenders. Again, I wish more people use the Mega Mix engine to create their own levels. On that note, I will cover the fan game that's included as part of the Mega Mix engine in a future live stream. It's a nice showcase to add to the engine's features. Hornet Rolls, that's the one. I was gonna call them Cheerios or Honey Rolls, but that's the actual name. Well, I see your message now, Croby about Fireman. Considering my work, using Game Maker is not that difficult. Really, the main issues I have with that is the crashes and slowdowns. I spied a secret. There we go. Lucky to get that working. I will say I like these optional challenges. Go right ahead, Pirate Kid. I'm all ears. With an 8-second delay, of course. Oh, now I see. I'm not sure if it'll be appropriate to answer in this chat. On this stream. Verizon user? No. I'll answer that question. Yes, he doesn't have a weakness. Alright. And it's over. It's a fun boss battle, challenging, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. Though this stage could have done better with some more gimmicks, as the others said. I'll be right back in a moment. And I'm back. 12th up is Space and Maze Station by VincentGo, with 17 plays and a score of 4. Yep, Pirate Kid, that's what I thought. Initially. Someone else tried pulling the same joke in a different chat, so... don't worry, Lenny. It gets easier as you do more of it over time. Frankly, sometimes I have the opposite issue as you. When I start using too little gimmicks, then I start having issues. Unless the stage is shorter. I mean, you aren't the first. Someone asked the same question earlier today. And Verizon is spelled with B-E-R, but... A maze level. Been a while since we last seen one of these. And I didn't actually pay attention to what was going on screen as to how many special weapons we get here. Are there any upgrades in this stage, as in keys or special weapon pickups? Or is it just getting to the end? Not a different stream, but in a different Discord server. One key, got it. There it is. That wasn't too hard to find. Now I just need to find where the door to use it is. I could get very lucky and actually get to the end very soon, or not. Okay, I already went here, so I guess I have to go up. I don't have a Discord server, but I frequent some Discord servers. I do like also how this stage has different routes, although probably some of them lead to dead ends and similar stuff. Is that the way you're supposed to get that E-tank, Vincent? Or did it just break the challenge? Oh, so I broke the challenge. I did. That was a fun time. I'll eventually play when I play the entire Metroid series on stream. Yes, I will start eventually playing the original Metroid. I think later tomorrow or on Monday. We'll see. And yes, I will also cover AM2R, though I'll have to see how to patch it. Because I only have version 1.1, and the rest of the updates were fan creations. And they go up to 1.8. Which part? Yeah, you should have seen. We have up to version 1.8 for AM2R. Some genius programmers and developers were able to decompile the entire game. They added new features like a fusion mode, a randomizer that's built in, and a few other things. Done. Pretty easy maze stage overall. Rockman ability, what is that? I've heard about it, but I don't know much about it. Thirteenth up is Death Wish, Flames and Chains, Vulcan Man by Dong Zhou, with 10 plays and a score of 0, aka Pretty Lucky P. Sure, Papyrus, but put a warning for it. Do not try this at home. Only try it on the emulator. Be careful with your language, Daibuman. The last part I'm considering we're trying to be a PG stream, I prefer you clean it up a bit. But I get the gist of it. I can see how the over-proliferation of Zhou jokes can be a bit annoying. Well, more than a bit annoying, but... Roulette game. I thought it was a hoax that actually broke it, but don't try it then. That works, Typooman. I watched some JoJo, mainly Part 4 and parts of Part 3. Might as well see what the sensation is, and I enjoyed it. Especially Part 4. And they don't blow you too far, and I honestly prefer them over the Yafus. A lot more consistent. This initial setup's a bit cramped. You're supposed to use the super adapter here. Welcome to the stream, Brickman. I'm at the tail end of the stream though, sadly. Feel free to submit levels for tonight's stream though. I'll gladly accept them. Barely no Kaizo Mega Man ROM hacks. Considering the vast majority of Mega Man ROM hacks, I agree with you. I'm framing my reference compared to the Mario ROM hacks and the Sonic ROM hacks, and relative to them, there are a lot more Kaizo Mega Man ROM hacks. For some reason. Oh sure, there are plenty Kaizo, Sonic, and Mario ROM hacks, but it seems to be especially the case with Mega Man. I don't know why. Well, I guess it's because Mega Man, the way it gained its reputation is as a more difficult game, fast-paced experience. Getting past there is a bit of a pain. I should have used a super arrow there. Gotcha, Brickman. I understand Castlevania be a Kaizo version, although some of the base games are already kind of Kaizo-y. I think the main reason why we have so many Kaizo Mega Man ROM hacks is because of its reputation for being hard, or supposedly being designed for a more skilled audience. Timing. Oh yes, Buster. So, despite them being not that good, well, missing the mark a lot, I'm gonna be playing them on stream. Starting with Mega Man OP1, then Mega Man vs. YouTube, then Mega Man OP2, then Mega Man vs. YouTube 2. They're a nice demonstration on how to not put that much effort into the game. This section is just... it's too much happening here and it's really hard to dodge everything. I'd remove either some of the enemies, well at least one of this stuff here. I'll probably play them starting from next week. At the very least, they are pretty easy for the most part. This section just has too much stuff. That's the main issue. It needs one less of something. Or give me an E-Tank. Either will do. True, they do require a bit more skill. I think one of the reasons why the Mega Man bosses tend to have more complex patterns is because Mega Man can afford it. He actually has a health bar. A rather limited health bar at that too. Especially compared to Mario, who has a very short health bar of 2 or 3 at max, or Sonic, who can easily regain his HP. Or rings, rather. Seriously, what's with these challenges? This is way too cramped. Never played it. Well, I did actually play the original Smash Brothers, but that was at a kiosk. True, he really easily regains it. Now imagine if Mega Man dropped some of his health pellets upon taking a hit. Mega Man X3's balancing was off, I'll just say it out there. From the start, everything was too damaging and took too many hits to destroy, and at the end it became better once you got all the upgrades and special weapons. Plus, all the bosses didn't really have that much variation in terms of their patterns. Most of them had the pattern of just jumping to the right, or walking to the right, going to the left, and rinse and repeat. Again, the biggest problem with this stage is that there's too much stuff cramped into the same screen. It needs more restraint. Yeah, except Blast Hornet for some reason. Some of the weapons were creative, like the Triad Thunder. Now, all the bosses are possible to defeat using the Buster only. See Kevil's perfect run of the entire Mega Man X series up until Mega Man X8. I wish he was able to complete that. I wish I knew where Kevil went. Well, I know where he went to college, but after that, probably got a job. At last I'm at the boss battle. This stage was a chore to get through. It's over. Thankfully had a good weakness. This stage wasn't really well designed. Too much stuff happening, and not good enough introductions. FPN-020's first dungeon by Jaden is Call 11, with 25 plays and a score of 2. This level was submitted by Leoplays. Didn't watch that series, Pirate Kid. You played this level before, Buster? No weapons whatsoever, and it's at least 40 or 50 screens long. First dungeon of what? Zelda? Just submit the level IDs in the comment section or live chat. By this time though, I'll be covering a level during tonight's stream or next week. Whoa. I'll add it to the queue once I finish this stage. You don't need to delete the ID, I will add it after I complete this stage. Each one of these rooms has one or more keys that I need to collect so I can open up the doors at the end. In a way, it reminds me of a better version. It reminds me of a Pit of Trials level. A much better version of the earlier stage I played in the earlier part of this stream. Much better variation in terms of challenges. True, Brickman. The tiles that needs more variation is kind of bland. I'm not sure about the difficulty yet. I'll talk about it more once I finish this stage. And I hit the corner because spikes. Longest 2D Metroid game. I'd say it's Super Metroid. Especially if you go 100%. Then followed by Metroid 1, Metroid Fusion, and Metroid 2. Metroid 1 had a lot of repeated areas. That's why when I eventually play it, I will play a ROM hack version that resolves that issue partially. Zero Mission is also fairly long, and I say Zero Mission is a better version of Metroid 1. Despite being quote-unquote more linear. Well, it is more linear, but unlike Fusion, you can break out of the linearity cycle more easily. Yeah, I'd say it is the largest one, but not for good reasons. Too many repeated areas. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that Zero Mission has the entirely second planet. You can sequence break Fusion, but you can more easily sequence break Zero Mission. You can jump that high? It is possible, in fact the game lampshades it with the Shine Spark. But it's much harder compared to Zero Mission. I'll just put it out there. Zero Mission was designed to be broken, so it's fine. You can, but it's much more difficult. Plus, I think it was made before... Can you check the dates? Was Zero Mission released before Fusion, or was it the other way around? This section is a pain because I don't have slide jumping. Metroid Fusion was going for an entirely different, for a very different experience compared to Super Metroid, of course. One was going for a much more wide-open, natural planet experience, whereas Metroid Fusion was going for a much more contained build experience. Also, it's played to be more on the go, so with much more segmented stages. Oh, alright. I was hoping for something more, but I guess that's it. Last part of the stage was the hardest, but it was because of that one jump. In terms of difficulty, I'd say it does gradually increase, but could use some work with reordering some of the trials. Hold on, I made a mistake. How do I untime out people? My stream froze up and now it's... Alright, sorry Daibumin, but YouTube is breaking up a bit. Give me a moment to fix up the stream. One moment, please. I mentioned it, didn't I mention it earlier? Regardless, I noted it down, Papyrus. Same with you, Brickman. Sorry for not mentioning it. Give me 2 more minutes. And I'm back. It's about 5 minutes, so my apologies, Daimumin. In order to fix this, well, I'm not sure how to fix it, but in order to rectify it for the rest of the stream, you will be in the moderator. Maybe that'll fix it. I tried unban, I tried timeout 0, but those are Twitch. Apparently YouTube doesn't have the feature. Sorry, but at least you can watch what's going on here. What happened was YouTube's chat just froze up, I tried grabbing it and suddenly it updated and grabbed onto timeout this user. Yeah, I temporarily modded him as... think of it as a minor reward or restitution for accidentally timing him out. He didn't get banned, he got timed out by accident. Long story short, YouTube froze up. Anyways, 15th up is Astro Man Mega Man Recreation by Francis Cornerback, with 38 plays and a score of 11. Yeah, that happens, Brickman. I wish the API was as advanced as Mixer or Twitch, where you can actually untime out people or set it to a different number. The reason why I didn't stream on Twitch initially is so I can leverage the subscribers directly on YouTube and get direct notifications that way. Well, you're back, Daibuman. Twitch is laggier than YouTube. Well, unless I get... The other problem with Twitch is that I can't change... If you're watching it, you can't change the video quality until I get partnered, but that may take a while. Whereas on YouTube and Mixer, you can change the audio quality anytime you want. Not audio quality, but video quality. Congrats, Daibuman, you're going to be a mod for the rest of the stream. Think of it as a temporary reward. I will do your level right after this stage, Papyrus. How about that? And to be fair, at least this stage is honest with what it's trying to do. I guess this stage is designed more for base. Enemies spawning right out of the screens. Eventually, I may use Restream.io. Daibuman became a Fortress Master, or Fortress Boss. Ah, neat, Passworder. For once, Mega Man gets something now. Pretty much the way they worked before, exactly like Sparkman platforms, but 2x1. Daibu Machine number X. Brickman, can you show... thank you, Daibuman. For some reason, Brickman's message was held up by YouTube. I don't know why. It's not offensive in the slightest. Wait a minute. Is there anything here? Yoku blocks? Yep. Good idea to wait. For different rewards you can get for different characters then. Was hoping I could recover that, but I'm not base. And more compressed too. Passwater version 2. More of a puzzle boss as they compared to what they were originally. Originally it was just a Simon Says game. The copy vision was a neat special weapon you could use. Not exactly the most powerful, but it was fun. Also, my AC turned on in the background, so my apologies if you're more static again. Maybe, I'll see. It's done. Fun recreation. I wish we had the much more groovy original track though. One last look, then I'll move on to the last level I'll cover in this episode. I already covered this stage, Papyrus. Could you submit a different level, please? I could try picking something for the list quickly, because after this stage, I'll be ending off the stream. How about this stage? Elec Claw H0rizontal Climb Collab Challenge by Super Mega 65-2 with 41 plays and a score of 8. This seems nice. Ah, that's strange. I don't really see it being hidden by YouTube, so it's probably eating it up directly. Who did you collab with for this stage, Papyrus? Another Elec Claw challenge level. Oh, alright. This placement is a bit jerkish if you don't have the timing down right. I have your level in my queue, but I'll be covering it tonight because Papyrus may not be able to attend tonight's stream. Don't worry, Lipatio, your level will be the first one I'll cover tonight. Sure, CMB, I'll be covering it tonight. I wouldn't mind it too much if we could actually see it. See, now we could see it by tiptoeing to the edge. You only have about 4 minutes to submit. You only have about 4 or 5 more minutes left to submit a level, though. For me, Brickman, it'll be in about 6 hours. That's the next stream. Oops. That was odd. Oops, I was paying too much attention to chat. You can allow Buster's message to Boomman if... oh, never mind. I see, to reset. Base Abyss is going to be an interesting experience, all things considered. Especially due to the levels of gore it has. When I get to that game, I'll relax the restrictions to being PG-13 in chat. Nah, how about lemons instead? Oh, this is fun. It's pure and simple a timing challenge. And I'm failing it entirely. Alright, let's cool it off a little bit. We want to try keeping the chat PG. The hardest part is getting up to him. And dodging all their attacks. Unless I can get a health pickup from the enemy, I'm dead. And now the engine is deciding not to be kind. RNG. Wish it was a bit more fixed or bounded. If I can, assuming it actually farms up. I think so. But I'm not taking any chances until I get another one. But of course, there's no pickups anyway. I hate when that happens. There, at last. It's done. Blockman and Impact Man do turn large, but for Blockman, it's a more explicit second phase of the fight. This was a fun level, especially the boss battle. A bit on the more simplistic side, but it works. So let me see, your level CMB Fox. Alright, I'll be covering your level during tonight's livestream. First, I'll start off with Lipatio's level, then I'll cover Sean William, Croby, Leoplays, and Brickman. So during the stream, I covered 16 levels, all of them were viewer submitted. And my favorite one was definitely Mission Stop the Pole Research by Gokuless, with an honorable mention going to Nightmare Castle by Zen. Gokuless' level did a phenomenal job with its aesthetics and game design, especially the former. Decent to good job for everyone else. As I mentioned earlier, my next stream will be in about 5 hours and 45 minutes. And there I'll be covering the rest of the stages I wasn't able to cover here. I'll be posting this live stream tomorrow, once it gets fully processed. Later today, I'll post the last episode of the Mega Man 2 Atari D-Make, the edited version. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all either tonight or tomorrow. Toodles!